Good morning, it's GButterfly, and I'm coming to you live from the parking lot, like I always do. Well, you know, when I'm getting ready for work, I'm scrolling through social media, and what did I run across was one of those police sites, you know, I guess a police page on TikTok, and they were showing this one lady. She set the telephone, you know, in the back of your yard, you have like a telephone thingy. I don't even know what it's called, but it's for your internet, and your telephone is kind of always in your yard, but all the way to the corner, maybe by your fence. Well, hers was kind of sort of in the front yard, but it wasn't in her yard, but there was no fence. And she said that that was the government and she wanted it out of her yard, and they wouldn't take it out the yard. Maybe she went out there and set the shit on fire. So her neighbors called the police because it was in her neighbor's yard and she set a fire. So they called the police. The police went up to her house, and she kept telling them that he worked for the government and she was a Christian and they had no right to tell her what to do. She could set it on fire because they didn't move it, blah blah blah. They went up to the porch, opened up the door, and she said, "You can't come in here." Well, they say, "Ma'am, you're going to be arrested for setting telephone company on fire, property on fire." She pulled a GUN out at the door. That police officer told her, "You better put that down or I'll splatter your brains." And she put it down, and she kept saying, "No." He said, "Ma'am, you're under arrest, you're under arrest." And she kept saying, "You can't come in my house. I'm a Christian. You don't have any right to come in my house. You work for the government." He went on in the house, and she said, "I'm finna it on myself." I say, who used that as an excuse not to get arrested? She said, "I'm finna shit on myself." Oh, he said, "I'm sorry to hear that." That was so funny to me. He kept arresting her. She kept resisting. If you ask me, he was giving her too many chances, doing too much talking. He should have just threw her down like they do us and put them handcuffs on her. She said, "I'm gonna shit on myself and I'm gonna shit on you." That was hilarious. Eventually they arrested her, but why did she think it was okay for her to set the telephone equipment on fire just because it was in her yard and they didn't move it? But it wasn't her yard. Y'all, I was outdone when she said, "I'm finna shit on myself." Do you really want me to do that? Well, I'm gonna shit on myself and shit on you. I say, they come up with too many excuses and feel like they have too much privilege. Let me know if y'all saw that story on social media. You know what I got to do? Get in the building and go make the donuts so I can keep paying my telephone bill. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.